Hi, my name is Mark Adams. I'm the Chief Customer Officer, and I'm going to talk to you about selling in the Cloudmore marketplace today. If you don't know too much about Cloudmore, it's a multi-cloud brokerage and IT marketplace platform, and we've been around since 2007. Our home base is in Sweden, and we have hubs in the UK, Estonia, and the US. Cloudmore today is used by service providers in all regions of the world. Due to our 10-year history, we have a strong presence in the Nordics, the UK, and Ireland. As we'll see in the demo, when adding a service to Cloudmore, you first add the service, and then you add products, and then you can add add-ons as well. Let's move on to the demo. Okay, here we are. We've logged onto a demo area in the seller part of the platform. And we can see a dashboard here. There's not much information because this is a demo area, but you can see that each seller in Cloudmore gets the information about what they've sold, how many resellers, how many subscriptions, how many organizations are using their products and services. So if we look at the properties for this seller, we can see that it's a country of residence is Ireland, so the default currency is euro. We can also set up administrators to administrate this seller, and that's very easy, just to add a new administrator and select the role that you require. So what we're going to do, we're going to dig straight in and we're going to create a new service. As per the diagram we saw before, the service is the service wrapper. Which is going to contain the product. So let's call this service the security service. It's going to be in the backup and security, and we're just going to make that available to certain resellers. So in this demo, not everybody's going to be able to see it in their global marketplaces. We're going to be able to assign this to a user. So we've checked this user assign button. If we just wanted to show this in the marketplace, but not have it available for purchase, then we could click that box there. So let's go ahead and create that. So it's very easy to select an icon for the service. We just pick a icon that we want to use, size it correctly, and press update, and that's going to be the icon that's shown in the marketplace on the tile for this service. So once we've done that, we can go in and we can start looking at the information associated with this service. So there's a number of fields we can fill in here. So we can add some text around the service. So this is the text that's going to show on the first tab when a reseller is reviewing the service. We can also add some features. So feature 1. This box here makes the feature mandatory. So the reseller has the ability to add additional information themselves. But if we want this feature to stay persistent when the end customer sees the service, we can click mandatory, and that will ensure that that information gets all the way down to the purchaser of the service. So let's just put another feature in there. It's feature 2. We won't make that one mandatory. We can also add an agreement for this service. So let's go and grab my agreement text. Just some sample text here I'm putting in. We have version control here. So if you have a pre-existing version of the agreement and want to replace that, you click that box there and it will create a new agreement. So let's just update that. Okay, so that agreement's now been updated. A couple of other things I'm going to show you here. If you have a number of services in Cloudmore, this gives you the ability to add related services into the related services tab to highlight some of the other services you might have. We also have the ability to add FAQs. So if you have a particular set of regular questions that your customers might ask. We can add some FAQs, again, making them mandatory if you want those to be persistent all the way to the reseller. We also have the ability for you to add and offer the service in different currencies for different regions. So we can see here that the EU currency is the default currency. It's not limited to a region or a country. So if we add a new currency, let's put in USD. We can limit that to a region. That's great. So now we've created the service wrapper, we can go ahead and put some products underneath this. So here's the one we've just created, the security service. We put some service information in, we put the icon in, and the final thing we need to do is create some products. The product forms a subscription that the end users will buy. This is where we add the information associated with the plan or the different variation of each of the types of products that are available to buy under this service. So let's go ahead and create this product. We'll call this the Silver Plan. Item code of SP1. It's a monthly subscription, this one, but you can choose any of the options here in terms of the subscription period. This is the price to the reseller. This is my price as a vendor, and this is the price to the customer. We can also decide whether we want a startup fee. So this is a Silver Startup 01, and the fee with that will be €50. We can also give the option of offering a trial period and add the amount of days. And then we have the option for the provisioning type. For this particular seller, we only have the email provisioning type activated. So I need to put in an email address as to where the provisioning notification is going to go. If we've connected the service connector to your middleware to enable a full end-to-end automation, this is where the details for that would be added. The other neat thing we have in products is the ability to offer unlimited amount of custom properties. And these custom properties could be a text box, drop down, or checkbox. So what I'm going to do is just add a drop down box here. So this is your choice of options. And then this is where we start adding the options in the drop down. And the final one I'm going to put in is just the note to select the option. And then we can make that one as a default. You also notice here that we're able to make these custom properties visible or invisible to the user. The reason you would use an invisible custom property would be pass on some provisioning information to your provisioning team. So you could, for instance, have a text box that says this provisioning request comes from CloudMore. So that's great. We've got the properties in there that we need. We can create that product, and you can see here it's been created as one of your products now. What we can also do to save data entry, we can just clone that. And so we can go in, update the details, make that the gold plan. That's going to be a little bit more expensive, so let's just change the price on that. We can have a startup, so that can be a gold startup. Startup fee a little bit more on that one. We can still offer a trial, everything stays the same, the drop downs can stay the same, and we can update that. And now we've created 2 products for that service. So that's great. The final piece that we can add for products is the add-ons. I'm not going to put any add-ons in this one, but we can add add-ons. So You can have unlimited add-ons for each of the products. You can group them together, so you're only able to choose one of the add-ons out of a selection. They can be priced on a per subscription level, so you will effectively get one add-on per subscription, or you can say that they will be priced on a quantity. So if you order 5 subscriptions, you will get 5 lots of add-ons. So that gives a fair amount of flexibility in terms of creating different types of subscription. That's great. So if we go back, we can see now we've got the services there, we've got some products on there. And if we go down and have a look at the price list now, this is where we manage the different currency price lists. So here we are at the price list for this demo seller. We can see the security service there, and we can see we have a choice of Euro or USD because we selected that in the currency tab when we were setting up the service. If we look at the products here, I can see that we have the gold plan and silver plan for Euro as we described. If we then move to the USD, we can see that the prices are set to 0. So we can then put some prices in for USD, and it's totally up to you what prices you put in for the different currencies. The exchange rate is up to you, and now you've set your USD prices. If you have a long list of products, you can change the prices in bulk by applying the percentage to either the price or the suggested price. Once you have customers associated with a service, you're also able to update the price for specific customers only. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to log out the seller area, and I'm going to log on as a reseller and see how that looks. Okay, here we go. I've logged into the Cloudmore Demo Reseller. On their dashboard, you can see they're getting information around what services they're using. You can also see in this area here in the middle is an area where you're able to advertise your services using the Cloudmore banner advertising option. So this would then appear on all of the resellers' dashboards as they log in, and they're able to see this service which has been highlighted to them. So let's move over to the marketplace for this particular demo reseller, and we can see here the security service that we set up a couple of minutes ago in the seller label. So let's click on that and see how that looks. On this overview tab, we can see the organizations and subscriptions. Clearly there's none at the moment, as we haven't added it to any organizations. We can see the agreement that was signed. We can see the features that were added by the seller. We can see the related services, and we can see the price of the subscriptions on the pricing tab. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop down to one of the organizations and just show you the buying experience. So if we go into the first one here, so this could be the reseller acting on behalf of the organization, or it could be the organization acting on behalf of themselves. So if we go into their e-store, now that the reseller's added the service, we can see the service that was added by us as a seller now in the e-store of this particular customer. If we look at the tabs available again, we can see the same information flowing through down all the way to the end customer. Also, we have the ability for the end customer to be able to rate the service. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add that service. And then we can go and add a subscription. So this is where the organization is going to see the information that we added under the products. So we can enter the plan name, and this is going to be the gold plan for sales. We can select a quantity, so we're going to take 4. We can put in a PO number if we require that. We can select the trial, which is going to do further billing, first billing date. So here we are, we've got the details of the custom property we added. We can select option 1. We've got the price there, and then we can go ahead and create that service. And then what we can do is when we can apply that service to the sales users. Now we've added the user-based subscription to some users, the provisioning action can now be sent out, and that's sent out via an email, as this is the provisioning type for this service that we selected earlier. That email would come through and we can see which organization, which user, which plan, the quantity, and also any custom properties options there. We also see the order number at the bottom. So your provisioning team can now get on and provision that to this particular organization, customer, and user. If the provisioning type was the service connector, then that would automatically be passed on by CloudMore to your API to go ahead and provision that service. That's great. And then what we can see is going back to the reseller layer, if we just have a look at one of their reports now. So just have a look at the current status. We'll select the security service, and we can then see that that's now starting to appear as the startup fee and the gold plan in their reporting. So if we then sign out and sign back in, so here we are, we've signed back into the seller sales demo area, and we can see now that we've got one reseller, we've got a subscription, and we've got an organization associated with that service. And if we drop down into the services, so if we look at the security service, we can look at those subscriptions and we can see exactly which resellers got the subscription, what the organization is, what service did they have, which is the security service here, the gold plan, and we'll be able to manage that service on an ongoing basis from here. Okay, that concludes the demonstration today. I hope you found it useful. Please reach out to us at sales@cloudmore.com if you have any questions. We'd be happy to help. Thank you very much.